Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Of course, my name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to, of course, another episode of Blitzvillage. I hope you guys are having a fan-flippin-tastic day. Of course, welcome on back to another Blitzvillage episode. As always, if you guys enjoy the episode, please don't forget to hit the like button right below the video. That really does help out a ton. And additionally to that, more importantly than that, I guess, even the fact that, of course, if you guys want to be featured on upcoming episodes of Blitzvillage, please don't forget to tweet your creations at me over on twitter.com/Blitzwinger. Send in your awesome Minecraft creations, and you may just be selected for an upcoming episode. Speaking of which, let's kick things off with, of course, this week's entries. And we're going to be kicking things off with Owen Evans, who sent in a Blitzbot design, which looks really, really cool. I like the kind of almost like 3D dimensional pattern to it. Like, it looks like it's 3D, but I'm pretty sure it's only like a layer. Like, it's not like a statue. It's more like an actual pixel art, I guess. That's what I'd call it. But that looks awesome. Thank you so very much for building that. I'm sure that took ages, and I really do appreciate your handiwork there, Owen. So thank you so very much. Next up after that, we have Dan ETM, which I think that's the Emerald Minecart, I'm pretty sure, which is an awesome name. And he actually sends in a pretty fantastic build that both himself and his sister built, and that is the Easter eggs. So a little late here, of course, Easter has already passed, but those do look like some pretty awesome Easter eggs. To be honest, those Easter eggs look huge. Like, if they were really that big in real life, first of all, you would never have to do an Easter egg hunt because you would just always find them because they're that massive. And second of all, imagine if all that was chocolate. That sounds like a pretty hyperactive Sunday. Nonetheless, let's move on to the third and final entry for this week. And this one comes to us from Noah Brewers, who sent in a Blitzbot statue. And this one is a full 3D built statue. It looks incredible. I don't know how you got the red to be so bright and so energetic. Super duper well done, my friend. I'm very impressed by that. And thank you. And of course, the other two submissions for this week. Thank you guys for doing that. That is absolutely awesome. Looking forward to see what you guys send this week. So, that being said, let us begin with, of course, the episode for today. So, of course, last time we began assembling the Avengers Tower. This week, all I've changed in between episodes is really just added carpet onto the glass because I think that looks nicer. So thank you for whoever suggested that. I think there were a couple of people, so thank you for doing so. That's a great idea. I do like the way that it looks. And I also moved the desk a little bit to be more central. So, speaking of desks, I want the next floor to be kind of like an office, like, you know, because look, the Avengers Tower has multi-layers to it. Like, yes, as much as it's the tower in which the Avengers operate from, it is also, in my mind at least, an office building to a certain regard, right? Like, that's where maybe members of S.H.I.E.L.D. would sometimes come to and work, and so on and so forth. So, because of that, I think it'd be pretty cool for us to have like an office-like floor added to this whole ordeal. So that's exactly what we're going to be working on today. Now, the other thing that I do want to mention is that a lot of you guys pointed out that, hey, Blitzwinger, you could go ahead and get some mods and then add costumes onto that, like the real superhero mods, like get the actual costumes and such. And I thought about that, but then honestly, at this point right now, I really don't want to add any mods to Blitzvillage because I almost like the limitations that I have to deal with, like where I have to get really creative about how to shape certain things because I don't have the access to everything that I would most likely like to have. Why do I have that built up there? I'm like, that looks a little awkward, doesn't it? Now I realize why. But yeah, I actually kind of like the limitations that we have to work with. So I hope that you guys understand that. Maybe in a future season of Blitzvillage, we'll do that. We'll do like one with actual mods or something like that. I think that would be fun too, don't get me wrong. But I just, for now, I'd rather stick with the way that we're doing it currently. All right, so this is going to be the next floor. So obviously we're going to need to have an opening over here. So this is where the opening will be happening. So as you're climbing, whoops, let me just see. So as I'm climbing, let's say, I would probably like to fall into there. And the way I would do that is probably have that 3 blocks opened, right? And then you should be able to, I don't know, we might as well check it out just to be safe. Where are the ladders? I always forget where they are. Oh, there they are. Okay, so let's lay down some ladders and just see what this whole thing looks like. Wait, you can't put ladders on glass? Oh no. We're gonna need to improvise. Wait, I could do... Oh, I can't even put it on that type of glass. Oh, man. Well, I guess this part is gonna have to be fully quartzed then. Because otherwise, it's just not gonna work out. Alright, let's see. Wait on a minute. Whoa, okay. That was some weird frame droppage right there. That was weird. I'm sorry about that, guys. Alright, so as you climb, and then you jump. Okay, so I think that's a reasonable amount of an opening. I hope it is, at least. So I think that could work. Alright, so let's lay down the foundation for our floor here. I'm sorry if you guys are seeing a little bit of a weird, like, lag. I don't know what that's all about. It's kind of weird. I don't know what's happening. It seems like there's frame drops all of a sudden to like 40 frames all of a sudden from 60 to 40, and that's what's causing that. Which is a little strange because 40 frames per second is still a pretty awesome frame rate. So, I mean, it's not incredible. 60 is the best, or pretty awesome. So it would be nice to maintain that, but I'm not sure why it's doing that. All right, so let's go ahead and just focus on what we can control, and that's building this up. Now, of course, as you can see on the outside, I didn't want to put the wool on here because I wanted to keep the pattern of like, 2 quartz, 2 glass, 2 quartz, and so on and so forth. But I felt like if I did that, then we would have a floor. Like if this was a glass, like let's say if we started putting the wool on this level, it would just look a little awkward because you'd have a transparent or translucent glass that is completely covered up by white wool. So I hope that that makes sense in terms of why I'm doing this the way that I am currently. And for now, as I said before in last episode, I do have 5 floors planned, or at least that's what I'm going for. I don't have all of them planned. I kind of have an idea of maybe the next 2, including the one for today. So the next 2 are kind of planned. But again, if you guys have any suggestions, I always read the comments and take that into account for next week's episode. I'm like, okay, ooh, that's a great idea, and that's something that somebody could suggest. Like, for example, that thing with the desk right there, that was one of you guys, or several of you guys actually, both tweeting at me and actually posting it in the comments saying, hey, Blitzwinger, you should try that out. That's a really great idea. And I was like, that is a great idea. Let's do that. And then I tried it, and it looked great. So again, like I always say, don't forget, if you have any ideas, do not hesitate to share them in the comment section below, and I will take them into consideration for upcoming episodes. All right, so let's see. Here we go. I just realized one thing that I will need to address is light, because I just thought about it. We don't have very many light sources on the inside, so we're going to need to figure out something, either glowstone or, I don't know, I guess the traditional torches, maybe redstone torches, something, because clearly right now we don't have anything in place for that, so we would need to address it in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so here we are. This is looking pretty good right about now. I think that this is going to look awesome. I can't wait to see when we have all the floors assembled. It's going to be phenomenal. Phenomenal, I tell ya. And of course, we're going to have the big porch area, or like the big balcony kind of area that they have on the Avengers Tower. That's something that's up and coming as well. Don't worry. Like if you're like, hey, Blitzwinger, are you going to do that? Yeah, absolutely. I think we're going to do that on, like once we do 5 floors, then we'll do the balcony on top of that. And then there's going to be like an extra tiny little room above that. That's going to be kind of almost like a 5.5 floors, I guess. Oh, that's kind of what it's going to be like. So I guess we'll see how it actually turns out. Now, of course, that balcony is also going to be a helipad. So that's another important consideration that we need to keep in mind. All right, so I think we are pretty good to go here. I think that this looks quite good, all things considered. So you're going to climb down. I think that looks good from the bottom here as well, which is great. Now we're just going to need to light the whole place up. I think what I may end up doing is just grabbing a whole bunch of torches. I don't know why I'm stacking them when we're in creative mode. And just kind of laying them out all around here, right? Like, oh wait, but can the wool burn? I don't think it can, right? I hope not, or else that's going to be a very, 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 very bad thing for us, that's for sure. All right, so we've got that all layered out. And then we're just going to go ahead and continue. Whoops. How did I do it on that side? I did it this way, didn't I? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and continue that pattern. Stick to what worked. There we go. And then we're just going to light all this up. And there we go. So I think that this is going to be a pretty large amount of light overall. So I think it'll look good. Overall, if we need something else, what I may do is just layer out some more torches every other place, like let's say maybe somewhere around here or something like that. Like, we could always add more light, but I think that this should work pretty well. All right, so that being said, now we can get to work on our desks. So as you walk in, I'm just trying to think, kind of like plan this out. As you walk in, this is obviously all going to be a wall, which I guess I could grab a little bit of glass to really create a better illusion of that. So it's going to be walled in, obviously. All those layers are going to be walled in. Wait, we didn't use that kind of glass, did we? Yep, we used white glass. I forgot. White stained glass. Because I was like, wait, that's a weird color. But what I do like is that maybe what we could do is later add a different type of glass color as well. That could be kind of cool, actually. Would give it a pretty nice flow. All right, so let's see. I'm trying to think, how many desks do we want to fit in here? So I think we could put like one desk every... I'm just trying to think also, like, how do I want to do it? Do we want to do it like this and then use, let's say, pressure plates? That's something that, of course, is quite popular oftentimes. We could take actually these pressure plates now and, whoops, lay those out like so, right? So we could have them like that and then put a little chair type thing over here. So then we would have, that would be one, right? I'm just trying to plan also ahead for like where the wall would be, because when you don't see the wall, it definitely creates an extra element of challenge, because you're like, wait, is there a wall there? Is there no wall there? So I think once we have this in place, I just don't want to like put too many desks either, because I think that's going to look hideous. So I think we'll put one there. Then what we could do, I wouldn't mind to put like maybe some columns in here. Like maybe some block quartz columns every little while. Actually, there is a better rock, isn't there? There's one that's like, yeah, this one right there, the pillar. That's what I want. I think that one is going to look actually nicer. So if we put these up, right? Like let's say they go all the way up to the next level, right? So they would be in the center. I wonder if that's a good idea or if it's going to look hideous. Like I'm wondering if I do that, right? And then I put, let's say, a desk right here as well. So it would be kind of like that shape, right? Because I think that would actually look pretty good if we have it out like this, right? Then there would be another column right here. So there would be 4 columns. It would be 4 columns along the way. I think that's going to look cool, actually. I really, really do. So let's see. I just need to count off how many blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4 from the very corner there. So that would be from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then the pillar would be right here, wouldn't it? Or am I crazy? I think I may be crazy here. Did I do this wrong? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then build. So then walk all the way to here, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, that means that we're going to need to shrink this desk down, because I don't like it being this big, I guess, at that point. Huh. Could we do it like this, or is that going to look ugly? Let's see. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. It's not great either, but let's see. I just want to kind of see what it looks like once we have the pillars built out. Because I almost feel like the pillars are going to add this extra, like, just kind of depth to this particular level. Like, we don't have to do the pillars on every level. Clearly, we didn't do it on the first level, so it's not something that I'm going to necessitate on each level, but it would be kind of nice to have just to kind of create something different, you know what I mean? So in that regard, I think it'll look cool. We need it to be 2 blocks away, so that's 1, 2, perfect. And here we go, once again, built that up. And of course, it's going to connect to the very ceiling, so it's going to look pretty cool the way that it connects. And we could always torch the sides of it, which will add it a little bit more kind of depth to the whole thing. So I think it's going to look really, really cool once we have the whole thing fully assembled, of course. Which is something you could say for a lot of things. Once it's fully assembled, it actually looks pretty good. Which I guess is fair enough. All right, so that's pretty good right there. I think that looks pretty nice. Now, let me think how many more desks I would want to have in place. I would like to go ahead and actually layer this out, because again, I don't know why. Maybe I'm like that kind of person, like where I need to see it to like fully understand how things are going to work out. Like I can imagine it for sure. Don't get me wrong. I've got imagination for days, but I just feel like sometimes I need, like when I'm building something in Minecraft, I need to almost see it before I actually put it into place. It like helps me understand, oh, okay, well that's how that's going to fit in here. So I'm going to go ahead and just layer out our layer of stained glass here, because I think that's going to look good. I hope I didn't overbuild that. I think that's the right height, right? Because there's going to be 2 quartz above that, so I think it's going to be good. All right, so of course we're going to leave that blank now, because here we're going to put in some blocks. We are now aware of the little issue that we came across momentarily ago, if you remember. So we're just going to go ahead and layer that in like so. Then we've got our blocks of of glass, sorry. And we're just going to go ahead and finish this off, just so we have the whole level complete, just as we did last week. So I think that would be a good idea. And I guess at this point, we could also lay out this foundation, just to kind of have a better idea of what it actually looks like. And it's going to be the right height, right? All right, sweet. So then there's going to be wool connecting to this, right? Yeah, okay, sweet. That's going to look great. I think that's going to look really, really cool once it's fully complete, of course. So we're going to go ahead and layer out all this, just to kind of have a clear understanding of everything. There we are. And bada beam, bada boom. And almost there. Just a wee little bit further to go. Whoops. I almost went tumbling down. Down the Avengers Tower. That'd be an interesting headline for the Daily Bugle to write up. Hey, my name's Jerry Turner Thompson. And we gotta write about that guy that went tumbling down the tower. And then he was rescued by Thor, Captain America, Hulk, and Iron Man all at once. All 3 of them at once. All right. Or 4 of them, actually. Because I said 4 of them, didn't I? Hulk, Captain America, and Thor, and Iron Man. I don't know what I said. I already forgot. All right, so I think that this is certainly coming together. That's for sure. I really, really, really do like the way that this is starting to look. Let me go ahead and test out the ladders as we intended to do before. So let's say I'm climbing up. I'm like, oh, here we go. 2nd floor. Thank you. Okay, awesome. That's really convenient. It's really easy to step off. So I think that's going to work out quite well. So now let's think about some more desks and such. I think the center could be really cool if we did something almost like shield-esque, like a big round table or something like that. That would be kind of awesome. So we could put maybe a couple of corner desks over here, like one on each side, kind of. So it would be 1 step away. I think that's symmetrical. I want to say it is. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. All right, sweet. So yeah, that's gonna match pretty well. So there we go. There's another set of desks ready for the SHIELD operatives, or maybe just some Avengers employees or something. I guess we ought to put a desk onto here as well, right? Just so it kind of has that symmetrical thing going on. Sometimes I prefer asymmetrical design, but I think in this regard, it's going to look pretty good to go with some symmetrical elements. And then last but certainly not least, we also do need to lay out the extra, wait, why is that not working? How is that? Oh, I'm like, wait, why is that misaligned? Well, that's because you messed it up, dude. That's why it's misaligned, because this is not supposed to be here. It's supposed to be over here. Which then means that I also messed up this table, didn't I? Because there's supposed to be 3 blocks and a block away. Okay. So then that means that it's going to be this way, actually. Right? 1, 2. Well, now it's 4 blocks, though. Is this not symmetrical? I'm starting to think maybe I misbuilt this whole thing to begin with. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, maybe I miscounted. Okay, sweet. I clearly did miscount because it's all working out perfectly now. Okay, there we go. Now we can actually assemble the desks as I had intended for them to look. All right, now we're going to use some seating, of course, or going to need to use some seating so people can actually sit at these things. So So let's see. Do I want to put them like that? I think that looks better, actually. So it almost looks like a console kind of thing. I think I'm going to put these like so, because I kind of think it has a better look if you could sit like that. Then we're going to sit you there. You will sit onto there. And you will sit facing that way. All right, sweet. So that's looking pretty awesome. That is definitely pretty good work right there. I'm almost wondering, do I want to use some carpet work on this layer as well? Like maybe layer it all out to be like black carpets or something? That could be kind of cool. I wonder, do we want to do that? Let's see what it looks like. I kind of want to see what it looks like around the desks, of course. It does look kind of cool, to be honest. It does look kind of cool. Like, it gives it this extra element of completion. Come on, hit the carpet. He's hitting everything but the carpet. Come on. There we go. All right, good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and fill this in because I do think it looks nice once we have all this stuff layered out. I do apologize about this week's episode being so long. I do apologize about that, guys. Sorry about it being a little bit longer. Then again, I know a lot of times a lot of people ask like, hey, Blitzwinger, make these 5 hours long. And I'm like, I don't know about that. But maybe you guys will enjoy this length for this week. All right, so let's go ahead and just layer all this out. I obviously want to do something at the very center of this thing as well. Not sure exactly what yet. I do want to do something though. Like maybe, as I said before, like maybe some sort of central console. Like you could imagine like Nick Fury standing in the center of this whole thing while he's being surrounded by all of these other SHIELD operatives. And he could be like commanding some stuff like, hey, we got to go over here. AIM is here. Or something along those lines, right? Or look at that. Ultron's attacking again. And then it's Avengers, assemble. And off and up and away we go. And off and away we go. Did that make any sense? I think it did, kind of. Wait, did I build around the desk, around the chair on that other one? Yeah, I did. Okay. Me and my symmetrical obsessions. Okay, so let's see. If we were to do something like a center console, I'd like to do it like, let's say 1, 2, 3. Is that 3? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there we go. So we would match that like so. And then we will keep basically that whole middle space still white wool because we're gonna put something in there. I just don't know what. I'm not even sure if we do it next episode. I'm gonna think about something. Of course, I'm also gonna be reading the comments. So if you guys have any suggestions and you want to help me out, I will definitely welcome that in terms of ideas and such. So definitely do not hesitate to use the comment section below to say, hey, Blitzwinger, I think this would be a really cool idea. Do not hesitate. I am very much willing to hear you guys out. So let's see. If I match both of them, I just don't know that that's a big enough space, right? I think that's kind of ugly. So I think what we'll do is we'll remove a piece of black carpet on each side. And that gives us a pretty awesome look. So what we'll do is we'll do something at the center here. Something cool, hopefully. But there you guys have it. That is the second layer, fully assembled and ready to rock of our Avengers Tower. Look at the way that this thing is coming together. This is pretty awesome. I'm super duper psyched to see what we come up with next week. Of course, as always, don't forget to send in your submissions through twitter.com/Blitzwinger. Tweet them at me. And of course, let me know that those are submissions for Blitzvillage. That being said, of course, as always, guys, do not forget to have an absolutely fantastic day. I hope to see all you lovely folks here next Sunday. And as always, have a fantastic day. I already said that, I know, but I just want you to have one. I want you guys to have an absolutely great day. Peace out, guys. Don't forget to smack that like button if you enjoyed it and you want to see more. And I'll see you later, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.